So, chucker number 2 will commence with a throw-in from the sideline where the ball hit the boards at the end of the first. England into the attacking half.
We'll begin with the bowl-in where that ball hit the board.
And
England going the short direction. Ball
comes through the line out.
England with possession of the ball.
And
turning on the play.
just tapped forward there by it was Harper, but then James Bime picks the pass up, lofts the ball down into the scoring zone. Back in defence there is Jose Donoso. His backhand shot turns it around and picked up there by, well no, this is Donoso, so that was Fisher who turned the ball back. Anyway, Donoso's got it now, and he'll take it up to John Paul Clarkin, who's got it on the sideline. Just looking there, backhand by Tomlinson, but it's picked up by Donoso. Donoso takes it up to Chris Mackenzie. Mackenzie can't get hold of it. It's turned around there by Tomlinson. Out onto the boards it goes. James Harper leans out, plays a little near side shot, tries to keep control on the boards, not able to do so. John Paul Clarkin turning the pony now. And it's picked up by Harper. No, doesn't quite get hold of it. So here comes Hong Kong on the attack now. J.P. Clarkin turning the ball. Turned around there by James Harper. Taps a red pony and picked up there by Donoso, I think it was. And that's a goal. That's a fantastic goal. He just... Well, he wouldn't have been able to see anything much over the horse. Or was that John Fisher? I think John Fisher did it. So that's the third one that he's been involved with. Just let's see. Yes, it was John Fisher. Right down on the back line. Really narrow goal, and he drives it through. So Hong Kong pushing out now to a pretty handy lead of 3-1. And the backhand by Mark Tomlinson is just bouncing off a pony, gives him the next shot. No, James Bime says, leave it, go on, ride hard, I'll hit it up to you. That's exactly what he does, and in comes Tomlinson, but this horse is running off on him a little, so he's not able to get the shot. Picked up there by James Bime, though, off the backhand from Mackenzie. Now, Donoso, but James Bime there drives the ball. That's a fantastic goal. James Bime, there was about, well, the rest of the field in front of him, and he looked up, saw where the goal was, and just drove it in the air. Kept it away from the horses, kept it away from the defending player's sticks, and just puts it through the goal. Here he goes, look at this. Bang. As good as a conversion in rugby. So now they're back in the game. 3-2 the score. Away goes Tomlinson. Little backhand shot, but Donoso gets the pony in the way. Now Tomlinson again plays the ball down on the right-hand side. Tits the pass up to Bime. Bime just tapping it toward. No, it's not. It's Ollie Cudmore because he's got Bime up in front. Oh, and Ollie Cudmore's shot just takes a bit of a hook and bit of off break on that one, and it goes out just a couple of feet to the right. So that would have been an equaliser, but anyway, it's not. It's 3-2. And Hong Kong China will hit in from the back. One of the first hit-ins they've had, I think. John Fisher will take it. And he brings it up to centre field, turns it under the pony's neck. Who's going to be first to this, though? It looks like Harper. James Harper's near side shot pops the ball up and leaves it there for Donoso. Donoso's hooked out of it by Bime. Turned around by Harper. Now picked up by John Fisher. Fisher shot up into centre field. James Bime's first one there. And Chris Mackenzie tries to hit it in mid-air. Eventually gets the backhand. Chopped out by Ollie Cudmore. Picked up on the near side by John Paul Clarkin. Clarkin taking the ball down for Hong Kong. Nobody up in front. He'll have to try and keep possession himself. Backhand there by Tomlinson now picked up by Harper, and he runs it down towards the... Oh, that just goes wide to the left, and Ollie Cudmore's happy to watch that one roll over. And some fantastic hitting going on in the second chukker from relatively slow pay, but players just looking up, lining up the goals and really having a crack at it. They're not able to get big runs in this game. The marking defensive part of the game has been very, very tight. So Ollie Cudmore just watching that one go. So it's James Bime to hit in this time, looking for Harper. Now Harper takes a man out of the way and leaves it there for Bime to take it on the stick side. Out of the ruck comes Jose Donoso to mark him, but he'll still get the shot at the ball, but he puts it up in the air and over the board. So probably not what he was looking for. He had his forward players right up there. So back will come, consolidate, form the line out. So take a bit of time, spread the attack. In it goes. Backhand there by John Paul. Mark Tomlinson gets a hold of it, but John Fisher puts another one down the walls, and that's going to sneak in. And Johnny Fisher's having the game of his life. Again, it was a little bit like that goal of James Byman. Great to see. Very few penalties in this game. These players are really watching the line and playing it out. But look, John Fisher just let under the ponies. Look at that one. It goes down. Nobody getting near it, and just bounces once or twice and slides inside the goal. So this
timeout. The score now 4-2.
And the umpires have called timeout. So there's this Fisher shot again, and so it only had to bounce another foot the other way, and it was gone. But anyway, he's pushed their lead out to 2 again. 3 goals for John Fisher, and certainly the Jose Donoso one was basically set up by John Fisher anyway. So 4 goals to 2 the score. Players are allowed to change horses at any time during the chukker, but if they don't ask permission of the umpires, then it's not time off. If they do and the captains agree, then they can go and change horses. Now the reason for that is that if a horse gets at all stressed and the player feels that it may not be just going quite right, he'll take that horse off immediately. In this sort of conditions, horse is not going to tire very much. These horses are in wonderful condition here. They've just come through the summer. They've got great coats. They're in superbly fed and conditioned. So they're very strong, very fit. But this is tough stuff. There's a lot of turning and galloping going on this. These horses have to be tremendously fit. They're going around for twice as long as it takes for the average staying race. Anyway, it's John Fisher again to get possession for Hong Kong China. Out of the ruck comes James Harper now, but it's picked up by Mark Tomlinson's shot. Takes it off to the back line. John Fisher looks up to see. There's nobody down in the goal mouth, so he's going to have to try and bring this through himself. He does so successfully. Just taps it forward now. Harper's back there trying to get in his way, but he can't come across the line. John Fisher drives it up through the goal. Hello, John Fisher. Well, I don't know what John Fisher had for breakfast, but I want some. He just is seeing this ball so well today, and that's 4 out of 5 goals to John Fisher for Hong Kong, and he's pushed out the lead to 3 goals now, and we're only in the second chukker. So with about 45 seconds to go, Hong Kong, Chris McKenzie gets the ball for them off the front of the lineup, but taps it out, leaves it there for John Paul Clarkin, but he can't do much with it. Mark Tomlinson looking to bring the ball around the corner. He's successful in doing so. No, he's not, because the umpires didn't like the way he did it. And they've blown the whistle, and we'll see a penalty. So the 2 umpires just conferring there. The reason we have 2 umpires on the field is that I explained earlier, the basic penalties are worked out on the angles that players are approaching the ball. And the umpires, by basically dividing the field up into 2 diagonal halves, they can look at each play from a different point of view, and that enables them to see the angles the players are travelling down the line and the distance between players, which is the other factor that determines whether it's a safe play or not. And on this occasion, the shot from the England player was coming along the old line. The Hong Kong China player tried to go around the front. Now, if you've got room in front of you, that's quite okay, but if the umpires think that the player coming down the line had to check his horse up to avoid a collision, that's a penalty. Now, this is quite a severe penalty from that spot. It was on the halfway. They could have awarded a hit on the spot, or they could have awarded a penalty halfway, but now they've taken it down to the 60-yard line. The defending side can come out in front of the goal. James Byam has to hit it through them or over their heads. He goes over the heads and he puts it through the goal, and so that's the third goal now to England, and they pull that lead back to just 2, and that gets them back into the game a little bit. If Hong Kong had got the next goal in a 5-chucker game, that might have been hard, but they're just a goal behind now, just 2 goals behind now, 5 goals to 3. So plenty of time left in this game now with 3 chuckers to go. We're just about at the end of the second. There goes the warning bell, and it's pulled out there by John Paul Clarkin. He'll take the ball down now. He'll try and get them down the attacking half if he can. In comes Mackenzie. Mackenzie's little shot will be covered by Harper, who plays the backhand out towards the sideline, up to Ollie Cudmore, but he's covered by Donoso, who hits a near side shot into a bit of traffic. Now it's picked up there by Clark, and John Paul trying to bring it into the goal. Backed out there by Tomlinson. Umpires have blown the whistle, so that will be the end of the second chucker, and we'll see the third chucker start with a penalty. And I think by the way the ball is going, that penalty will go to Hong Kong, China. So Hong Kong, China 5, England 3. We're 40% of the game over.